Good morning students. Class 6 student. Today we will take the chapter of A Pact with the Sun, the Old Clock. As it is very clear from the title that this story is about the old clock, and the owner of this the main character of this story is Ray, who is the owner of a old clock shop. Ray was working in his shop on Christmas night. Two men came to the shop with a gun in their pocket. Ray saw that gun, but he acted very calmly and asked the man if he needed any help. That man needed some money, so he sold his old watch, and Ray gave him $200 for his old watch. After that, both men left the shop. Now I am telling you summary of the story. The deaf owner was repairing a clock he had sold that very day. He stood up to close the shop. Just then he saw two men coming to his shop. One was in his 20s and second was near to 50s. The younger one stayed at the door and the older one did not seem very friendly, and he talked to Ray. Ray wrote a paper how he might help him. He pointed to the board with old clock and watches hanging on it. He did not lend money on security, but he was gentle enough to help the needy person, very kind-hearted, wanted to help others. Older man took out his wristwatch from his pocket. He asked how much the shopkeeper would give him for that. He was surely in a bad situation. His great need had brought him to Ray's shop. He wanted 200 rupees. Ray gave him 200. Ray gave him the money which he needed. So this story gave the message: one should harbor goodwill towards everyone, help them in need, and peace should prevail everywhere. Peace on earth and goodwill towards all. This is the message of the story. Now we will start chapter. It was Christmas Eve. As I told you, Christmas Eve had arrived at last minute. Shoppers were going home. A thick white sheet of snow lay over Salt Lake City, USA, yet the lights were still burning in the old clock shop as Ray, its old deaf owner, worked on a clock he had sold that day. The shop was open and the owner of the shop was working on a clock that he had sold that day. Ray was old and deaf owner. Having finished his work, Ray stood up and was on his way to the back room when a cold rush of air from the front door hit the back of his neck. Now he had finished his work and he stood up. He turned to meet a last-minute shopper when he saw that there was a shopper. But his old wise eyes told him this was not a shopper. Now he was an experienced person. He thought that he was not a shopper. He saw two men, one in his 20s and second was closer to 50s. The younger man remained at the door. Who was in 20s, he remained on the door. The older man approached the counter with no sign of friendliness in the eyes. There was no, it seems as if he is not a friendly person. Ray was able to hide his growing fear as he slowly pushed a notepad and a pencil across the counter. And now Ray put a notepad and pencil so that he could tell him what he wants. He smiled at the unfriendly face, then pointed to his ears and shook his head from side to side. A quick look of surprise changed the man's face as he studied the notepad and then turned and said something to his friend. Ray used the chance to look closely at the man, paying attention to the shape of a gun and a restless hand in the man's right coat pocket. At that time he had a gun also, and his hands were in his pocket. Anger boiled within him. He became angry, but it was kept down by an inner voice and said, "Be still." He wrote on the notepad, "May I help you?" But he very calmly asked him, "What I can do for you?" For the first time, the older man looked directly at Ray. First time he looked at Ray and smiled, a cruel, mocking smile. That was very mocking smile. They both understood why he was there. Actually, he was not a shopper. He came there to loot. They both understood why he was there, why his friend remained at the door. You have generally seen when anybody came there, any thief or robber at that time, one was at the door and second one was did robbery. So this is the same case. They looked like men who were down on their luck and were now ready to try something they would later be sorry about. Ray knows that his visitors are in need. He accepts an old watch in exchange for a good sum of money. The message of peace and goodwill spreads everywhere as the old clock chimed Merry Christmas, as it was the Christmas Eve, so a Christmas festival. So he accepted that old watch and he wanted help, so he gave him a good sum of money. Thank you, students. The clock ticked on. Ray calmly wrote another message. "Have you come to pick up a clock or watch?" Then he pointed to the lawn board filled with hanging clock and pocket watches. He was not a pawnbroker, but at the same time couldn't say no to the needy people who placed their he was not a pawnbroker. Pawnbroker means one who lends the money, but he wanted to help the needy person and he kept old watches or clocks before him. Anything they could get, he loaned more than he should. Whatever he wanted, he gave. They would be there when the owners wanted them back at the same price he had paid with no interest. Then the older man seemed to feel a little easier, took out his hand from his pocket and quickly looked at the watch on his wrist. "How much will you give me for this?" Now the old person who came there, he said that this is the watch. What will you give for this watch? Ray noticed a little shame in the grey eyes, looked at him. The watch was nothing special and yet had great powers. It was something to exchange a way out of a bad situation. Ray noticed that watch was useless. There is nothing special, but it was something to exchange, a way out of a bad situation. Knowing that great need had brought the man to his shop in the first place, Ray asked, "How much do you need for it?" Now Ray asked, "What do you want?" The answer came back on the notepad, whatever it's worth, whatever the worth of the watch, you can give it to me. Ray reached into his cash box, put out a $50 note and passed it into the man's hand. And now Ray opened his cash box and he pulled out a $50 note and gave it to that person, as you can see in the picture also. As they shook hands, Ray looked into the man's eyes. They seemed to say thank you, and after that he said thank you. They both knew the watch was not worth that much. Before turning to leave, the man wrote, I will beg to pick it up as soon as I can. Merry Christmas. After that he said Merry Christmas, and he also said that he will come there to pick that cloak by giving money. The little story ended on the half hour with the clocks striking all together. The timepieces, which had been looking on silently all the while, rang out the time with such feeling that even Ray thought he could hear them. Their sweet musical message was filled with hope, the timeless message of peace on earth, goodwill towards all, was felt by the three men who stood on the clock, on the old clock shop. Now, this is a very small incident, and now it's all watches started to clock. Now he could hear what is the musical message was filled with hope, and there was a musical message. It was the message of peace, hope and goodwill in the world. So student, the message I told you, we should always help the needy persons, and we should and they gave timeless message of peace, hope, goodwill in the world. Thank you, students.